From Ben Habib on X, what utter garbage. Nana Akua is English and British. There is no room in any serious political party for ethnically based nationalism. Yes, the rate of demographic change is of concern. Yes, mass migration is undermining our national identity. And yes, progressive discrimination is a disaster. But Nana is English and British. Ethno-nationalism is inherently un-British. It would lead our wonderful country into a very dark alley. Right, Ben Habib put that up on X. Landua responded to it, and then I was really surprised to see hundreds, nay, thousands of people, many of which I like, such as Landua, were arguing the toss about this with thousands of walkies, and it went on for ages. And it irritated me because it's such a manifestly obvious thing that I think everybody with two brain cells to rub together knows the answer to. That I find it baffling that everybody's wasting the time talking about it. So I thought I'd address it because, if nothing else, I'm sure I'll get a few cheap laughs out of it. Right, those of you that don't know who Nana Akua is, she's a perfectly nice, reasonable lass who works for GB News, but she looks like this. There she is, that's off her own website, nanaakua.co.uk. Nothing wrong with looking like this. It's the rich tapestry of the human experience. And if you read a bit more, you can see her full name is actually Nana Akua Amoatima Apia. She was born in Newcastle upon Tyne. Her parents came from Ghana in the 60s. Great. So she's also a Geordie, isn't she? Because being a Geordie, that's a cultural thing. But one thing she definitely isn't is, I mean, I can tell you by looking at her, is she isn't related to Wat Tyler. No, definitely not. And the reason I'm making this video is because I want to draw a line under it. There's so many of you lot probably wasting your time on X talking about this, arguing, bashing your keyboard furiously, debating and arguing the point with a load of lefty assholes who, to quote Mr. Wars once again, are deliberately pretending that they don't understand the argument just to waste your time, just to troll you. Everybody understands the argument. Nana Akua understands the argument, and she'll tell you she understands the argument. So does Kemi Badenoch, and everybody else who isn't being intentionally disingenuous. So stop arguing with them and tap the sign. You all know the sign, right? That one. It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending not to understand things, thus making discourse impossible. Don't even waste your time talking to them. And I can say this confidently. Do you know how I know that they're trolling you and how they know how this works? I'll show you. I can show you. It'll take me 2 seconds. Go back and reference any England football game where there was a successful result for the English team. Here we go. Let's let Carol Vorderman explain. The England team without immigration. From Choose Love. Oh, look, Bukkake Saka's not in there. Weird that, innit? I mean, I'd also point out there's a England team without immigration as well, mind. But it's by the by. And after Jim Radcliffe said logical, rational, reasonable things about immigration, obviously the Manx whipped out their MUFC banner saying, proudly colonised by immigrants, with pictures of the likes of Patrice Evra, Park Ji-sung, and even Eric Cantona, because obviously he's a Frenchman, isn't he? So do you see what I'm telling you? When it suits them, they know exactly what it means to be English. If they didn't understand this argument, if this was something that needs to be debated or discussed at any length, then they wouldn't pull out banners like this. And also, I think is a salient point to make, companies like Ancestry.com and 23andMe wouldn't have made billions of dollars, would they? Because when they showed you your DNA makeup, I mean, I'll show you mine. There you go. I was somewhat disgusted to find out I was 2% Franco-German, which, to be fair, is probably slightly more than that little fat pot-bellied dictator Napoleon Bonaparte. But anyway, the point stands. The whole reason this is a business model is because people like to pay to find out where the lineage is from. They don't pay and then see this and go, I'm confused. What's going on here? What am I looking at? It's wildly popular because it makes perfect sense to anybody with a room temperature IQ. Everybody knows what it means. There is no debate. So to sum up, Nana is probably Ghanaian and Nigerian and a mixture, just like mine is, of the regions around where her parents and her grandparents and her great-grandparents were born and raised. It's not even remotely complicated. Ben Habib, he's mixed, right? So he'll be 50% roughly in Northern Europe and 50% from Pakistan or India or wherever his family's from. It's the easiest thing to grasp ever. This isn't rocket science. And the one caveat I'll put is just to assuage anybody that thinks we're being weird here, because I think my position is that held by the vast majority of people on the continent of Europe. We're not saying nice, reasonable people like Nana Akua need to be deported. I'm a 90s nationalist. I just want Britain to look like it did in 1997. Nana Akua probably earns a good wedge and is paying income tax, and she hasn't got a criminal record, and she's culturally English. Of course she can stay. There's about 14 million people. Pip her to the post if you're looking at making a list of people who need deporting. Same goes for Ben Habib. No one wants to deport Ben Habib, but nobody thinks he's English, ethnically, and neither is Nana Akua. And I can't believe I had to devote, 7 minutes to this? It's ridiculous. So anyway, rant over. To sum up, only the Welsh can be ethnats because they're tolerant, progressive people. I'm kidding. That's not summing up. You're a good lad, Landjo, but don't waste your time talking to these people. They are being disingenuous. They know the difference between culturally and ethnically English. Everybody does. That's why there's an industry built around DNA tests. It's obvious. It's not complex. Knobheads on social media are wasting your time. If they whinge about it, tap the sign. Yeah, that one. Basically, they want you to be talking about this shit, so you're not talking about actual stuff that's interesting or, nuanced. It's bollocks. So don't give them the time of day. But that's just my opinion. If you disagree and you think this is complicated somehow, let me know in the chat and then send me your address and I'll come round and I'll help you tie your shoelaces or operate a mobile phone or show you how to brush your teeth or show you any number of other things that anybody that has a higher IQ than a bucket of snot could grasp and handle on their own. All right? Thanks for tuning in. See you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.